welcome. I hope you're all doing very good, guys. I'm going to have a conversation with you guys. Oh, it's a little chilly right here. It's a little chilly. I'm going to have a conversation with you guys, but don't be surprised. I have something to say on my heart this morning about politics. I know most of you guys don't like politics. They don't do politics. And that's why I'm going to talk about this, because I feel the same. Don't do politics. Politics is a mess. The reason why I'm going to talk about this is what's going on in the US, and I have two case studies that I'm going to use for you guys to understand what I'm going to say. Don't do politics, because politics will hurt you. Politics will destroy you. Politics will destroy your humanity. Will destroy your family. Will destroy your generation. Will destroy your friendship. They will destroy your whole world as a person, as a human being. Because as a politician, you will have to do what your party or your group or whatever you belong to want you to do. That's what's going on in the US. That's what's going on in other parts of the world. I'm talking about this morning because it's really bad. Really bad. Really bad. So, don't do politics. Work on yourself. Improve yourself. Self-development. Do your business. Find another job. Because politics, it will make you hate your friends. Politics will make you hate your neighbors. Politics will make you go against your will. Politics sometimes make you go against what you believe in. Okay. They used to say African presidents, African politics, African institution. Today, there is no difference. African, American, Europe, there is no difference. Look at what's going on now in the House, in the Parliament in the US. Look at what's going on now in the Senate. They can't agree on anything. I have some case study that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to compare two big personalities. The House Speaker of the United States of America and the President of Kenya, William Ruto. You will know how politics is bad. What they say today is not what they do tomorrow. What they tell you as a member of the same party is not what they're going to tell you tomorrow. Because what they want is to fill up their pocket. What they want is to build their business. It's not about the people. It's not about the country. It's not about the Constitution. It's about themselves. That's what I'm going to talk about. So, don't do politics. You can do anything else, but don't do politics. I have a friend who was in trouble, who ended up in a prison because they went into politics, because they decided to do politics. So, don't do politics, do something else, and you will get better. You will keep your friends, you will keep your family, you will improve yourself. You're not going to regret anything. But I know people who regret being in politics and belong in some parties, because what they are being told before they get into politics is not what they had to do. Because when you go into that party, you had to do what they tell you to do. whatever it is. If it is against your will, you will have to do that. So don't do politics. I'm going to tell you how immigration in the United States of America and the foreign policy is two examples why politics is a mess. Look, I like Trump. I like Trump not because I like all about him, but I like him somehow. Trump said he's going to build a wall. That was before in 2020 election. He said, I'm going to build a wall. No more immigrants. And Mexico is going to pay all the money for the wall. Not because I don't support building the wall, because I believe immigration is a good thing for the humanity, because it's very important, but it just have to be done in the right way. So Trump said, I'm going to build a wall. He got in that position, he forget about it. Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, he said, hey, if you elect me to be your Speaker, no more immigrants, we're going to cross the border, and no more money to Ukraine, no more money to those foreign countries. We're going to cross it because we have a big deficit. We have to cross the deficit, which makes a total sense. Everybody understands it. The country with that big deficit cannot survive. The United States is the country who has the big deficit in the world. You can say United States is the richest country in the world, but the United States is also the country who has a big deficit. Trillions. The last time I checked, it was I can't even say how many or how much. It was in trillions. And if you don't understand what is a trillion, one example, it's not just the money that you can count. It's the money. It doesn't even make sense. Suppose you was there when Jesus was born. I'm trying to help you to understand what is a trillion. Suppose he was there when Jesus was born, and he was making 1 million every single day. He was making $1 million. Up to now, you're still alive, and they're still making 1 million every day. That's how much a trillion is. Just 1 trillion. So, America doesn't have 2, 3, 10 trillion deficit. It's got a lot. So we're not able to even recover. We can just try to reduce it, to stop it. But to recover, it's going to require a lot. So everybody was like, oh, Mike Johnson, he's the man for the House Speaker because he's the one who's going to stop the spending. So some of the Democratic Party, they support him. And every Republican supports him. Now he changed his mind. That's what I'm trying to say. Politics is a mess. Again, don't get me wrong. I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat. I don't support his views. I'm trying just to give you some cases to understand politics is not a good choice. Politics doesn't help people. Politics is a mess. Don't fall for politics. Like your neighbor, like your friend, make friends, improve yourself, work on yourself, find a job, go to school, do your training, and try to help yourself. Do not try to make your life through the politics. It's a mess. You will end up in a prison. You will end up losing your friend. You will end up doing crazy shit you don't even thought you're gonna do. So I know most of you guys don't understand. Most of you are like, what the hell are you talking about? That's how we pay bills. That's how we pay for school fees. That's how we raise family. That's how we do all this and that. That's how I build my house. I don't care how you build your house, how you do that. What I care for is if you do this thing, if you put your beliefs in politics, you end up doing bad stuff for the party you belong to, because that's what they do. Look at Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson, he just voted for, he just said we are going to send these billions, more than 100 billion more than 100 billion, part of a big chunk of them to Ukraine. Again, I support to send support to Ukraine, but how much and in which way? Again, another big chunk of the money for Israel. Again, I support foreign country that needs support. Another big chunk for Taiwan. You all know what's going on in Taiwan and China. So, before he get to the position, he was like, no more. But because of the game of politics, now he changed his mind and he left behind his party. He put under the bus his friends of Republican. He is a Republican and he was going against the Democrat. Now him and the Democrat are all on the same page instead regarding spending. That's what I'm trying to say. So I hope you understand me. I hope you get what I'm saying. I hope you see what I see. You may not understand what I'm trying to say, but it's not also that I'm trying to tell you this. I'm trying to talk to myself. I'm trying to talk to my friend. I'm trying to talk to anybody who needs to know. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what I'm talking about to myself. I don't even know if this is right or not, but I know where we feel. I know how I feel. I know how my friend feel. I've seen my friend who ended up in the prison. I know friends who are trying to free the party they worked for. I know friends who are trying to find a way to get out to the party, and it's difficult. I know people who are trying to find a way to disappear. I know friends who are trying to get out the country, to get out the party, to get out these groups, because it's a mess. They found out it's not what they was dreaming for. But what they do? Find a way and get out. So that was American side. But I'm going to tell you what's going on the other side of the world. That's why I said it's not Republican, it's not Democrat, it's not white, it's not black, it's not African, it's not American, it's not European, it's not Asian. It's all the same. Politics is all same game. So don't fall for politics. Work on yourself, train yourself, improve yourself, and like your friend, like your neighbor, and it's all gonna be okay. Look there. That's a scroll. I think that's how it's called, a scroll. We all should be like that. We all should be like that. Enjoy what you have. Test it. Have fun. You know what I'm saying? Look there. Enjoy what you have. You don't have to make enemies. You don't have to be in 1,000 groups, 1,000 communities. You don't have to be on the front. See that? You're not going to see this on highway, on the street. It's always, he's gonna be always in his territory. That's his territory right there. See that? He's safe. He's eating. That's it. That's it. If you want to see around it, that's the whole territory right there. It's a big one. You want to see that? It's a big one. There's a big one. It's a big. But look at what he's doing. Just sitting down and eat. That's his friend right there. But everybody will care for himself. They don't care about what else doing around. See that? Eat. So, work on yourself, improve yourself, make your money, go home, enjoy it with your family. Because that's what matters. Nothing else matters. Enjoy yourself, work on yourself, find a job. If you have to go to school, go to school. If you have to take a course, take it. If you have to train yourself. And enjoy it with your kids, your family, because life is too short. Life is too short. You don't need to make enemies. In the politics, you will end up making a lot of enemies because the ideas. Not because you have nothing similar. Not because you don't like the country. Every one of these parties, they like a country, but the path to get to the office, it's a mess. It is a mess. So, go find a job. Go find another job. If you need to move. Get out. Move. Go somewhere else. You can be like, hey, that's what I have. That I don't have any other skills. I don't know what else I can do. You can learn a lot of stuff. If you have to move. Go to another area. Go to another country. Go somewhere else. Go do something else. Move around. So you can learn new stuff. You can make new friends and all the stuff. That's what I can say. So, that's what I'm gonna say, guys. Be happy, enjoy it, and it's all gonna be okay. So, some of you guys may still not convinced yet that politics is an art of lying. They lie to you, they lie to everybody. My final word to you guys is this one. Immigrant. You can see how Republican and Democrats play games over immigration rules. Democrats complain that the Republican doesn't want to fix asylum system, and the Republican complain about Democrats getting illegal immigrants. Look, it's all about money. A lot of corporations, a lot of big companies in the United States of America are for Republicans who are conservative. Democrats, as you know, are progressive or liberal. They want to share everything. They want everyone to share, to have the same amount of money, to have the same income like every citizen, which is impossible. Republicans, who are conservative, most of them, they want everybody to work for whatever they need. They don't want you to have any free stuff. You gotta work for what you want. So, Democrats, they bring illegal immigrants because they need a vote. They need people who's gonna vote for them, even if it's changing dramatically right now. Republican, they don't want immigrants because they're conservative. So the trick is this one. Everybody is lying. When an illegal immigrant gets in this country, Republicans profit from them. Example, recently, Democrats let in millions of immigrants. They enter the country to Texas or Arizona. These governors, they put these illegal immigrants in a bus and send them in New York or Chicago. What they do, they talk to these big corporations who are Republican. Once this goes to those countries, those cities, they pay for hotels, they pay for food, they pay for everything to illegal immigrants. Now that I'm against immigration, but I'm talking about the truth, what's going on. They give them a lot of money, but they don't take care of these homeless people who live in these cities. And these guys, they call them, they talk together, they talk to corporations. What they do is they come in to those cities, they pick up these young guys and girls. They take them to do the work. They complain about illegal immigrants, but at the same time, they make sure they know where are these immigrants so they can go get them, bring them to give them the job. Because this kind of job, U.S. citizens don't like to do those. It's like these factories where they do food process, like chicken, beef, whatever. This kind of food you see in the stores, in the supermarket, those are made by Mexican illegal immigrants because they pay them like the small amount they can, $8 an hour, $10 an hour. That's why they like them. So they're gonna say like we don't want immigrants, but once those immigrants get in the country, there's gonna be the same people who's gonna get them because they need them. The worst thing is they kick out citizens to hire immigrants. Can you understand that? They send home citizens because the citizens require more money. They cannot work for $8 an hour. You will pay them at least $17, $18 an hour. But illegal immigrants, they get even $8 an hour. They will take it because they're illegals. And the same Republican corporations we are talking about, they are paying for daycare for kids. They pay for health care. They pay for paperwork. They pay for they pay for all this paper process they need to get asylum because they use them. But when they go to the news, when they go to the radio, they be like, hey, we don't need immigrants. We're going to cross the border. We're going to build a wall. Nobody's going to get in. It's all about lies because those same people are using the immigrants because they pay them like zero, almost zero. But Trump is the first one you can tell. He's using these illegal immigrants in his businesses. So he's not going to cross the border because he needs them. Look at the speaker, the House Speaker. He was like, we're going to cross the border. Once he got in, the border's still open. Why? He's controlled by corporations. So when we talk about politicians, just understand, politicians, they all controlled by corporations. The country is run by corporations, banks, all these big monies. So don't worry about what they say on the radio or news. It's all about lies. That's what I said, and that's what I'm going to finish saying. Don't fall for politics. Do your stuff. Take care of yourself. Go vote, but come back home, work on yourself. Do your self-development. Do your self-improvement. Find your job. Do not try to rely on government or try to rely on corporation or politics. They're gonna let you behind. They're gonna put you under the bus. That's what they do. Look at Democrats. They say that they are for the small people, but look at what they do in Chicago, New York, everywhere. Look at how much homeless people who don't have food, shelter, no housing, no nothing. They don't take care of those guys. They don't. But they take care of the people they need because they want this future vote. Yeah, so I'm done, guys. I'm done, but just you always need to vote, but do not vote against your profit, against your benefit. If you are in those countries that I want to talk about, do not run to the politics. Do not follow these people. They is gonna put you under the bus every single time. Work on yourself, find your job, create something, and do what you wanna do. If you wanna get out that cloud, get out and go do your stuff. That's what I'm gonna say. Thank you guys for all who was with me, who tried to stay with me. Look, why would you do that anyway? Look at President William Ruto, President of Kenya. He said, I will never do it again. I will never go to this African Europe meeting when they put us in a bus like children going to school. He was right. He was right. But guess what? It's politics. You know, there is this African and other countries meeting when a president can say, hey, I need to meet every African president. And all these presidents will just come over and sit and listen to whoever president we'll be talking about. It's called the economic whatever meeting, but it's just politics. So William Ruto was like, hey, that's not fair. 50 plus presidents going to see one guy and sit in front of him. Not even that guy coming to Africa and meet this president. He's like, hey, come over, I need you. All these African presidents, they all gonna fly to that country. Guess what? Whoever needs to meet this president, he will send a bus, like a school bus. And this president will go to the bus. They forget the owner and all all they do back in their country. They go as children. So William Ruto was like, hey, we cannot do that again. That's disrespectful. We have a country, we have people, we have constitution, we have institutions, we have parliaments, we have a senate, we have a whole community we respect, and they respect us. But this president disrespects us. We cannot do that again. So that was like China. There is China-Africa Summit. They do the same. There is Russia-African Summit. They do the same. France-African Summit. They do the same. American-African Summit. They do the same. And that was, I think, Italy African Summit. What Italy has to do to offer to Africa? I don't even understand what it is. But all these 50 presidents will just go and meet the one guy. They just go and meet the one president. How? Nobody can tell you. Nobody knows. But they all go as chips. And they sit in front of that one guy, listen to all he's saying, and they go back home with nothing at all. So, President Ruto was right. We should not do that. But guess what? Because it's politics. After a couple months, they was called by one president, and he was among the people, among the president who went first, in those same bus. So, what I'm trying to say is, Politics should help the people. Politics should be for the country. It should not be for that one guy. It should not be for that one president. It should not be for those people who was elected. Politics should be there as a way to elect people who will help, who will serve the people. But obviously it's different. It's not what it is. It's not what they try to do. So I'm not trying to say that I cannot be in politics, you know what I'm saying? But as long as politics is what it is today, I'm not going to do that. And you guys should not going to do that. You should vote for independent people, or you should try to do better. You should try to vote for at least the people who at least shows that he can keep his words. Because most of these presidents, they don't keep the words. They don't do what they say they're gonna do. That was what I was saying about Mike Johnson, the House Speaker of U.S. Now he's like a Democrat. He came in as a Republican, but he's acting like a Democrat. That's what I said for William Ruto. He was trying to fight for African honor, to bring the honor to Africa. But when they called, they say, "Hey, I need you." When the President Vladimir Putin said, "Hey, I need you, African president, come over here," he was among the first people to go. So what I'm trying to say is, politics is not for the people. Politics is for those people who are elected. What they do is to fill up their pockets, to invest outside the country instead of building the community, building the country. They invest outside the country. So, you understand what I'm saying? And that's all about everybody. That's all about everybody. Everybody. So, as a friend, as a family, I'm trying to say this. Do not fall for politics. Do not fall for politics. It's a mess. It's a mess. But we can fix it. We can fix it. Go vote. Go vote. Voting is not just a right. It is also your duty as a citizen. You have to vote. But don't just be blind. Vote for the truth. Vote for the right. Vote for your benefit. Do not vote because your family or friend votes for like that. Vote because you benefit from what you are voting for. Vote before because you are going to benefit from what you voted for. Now, voting because you are a black and you're going to vote for Biden. Not because you are a white, you're going to vote for Trump. No, vote because you understand why you're voting and what you benefit from that vote. If your vote is going to just, if who you're voting for is going to build himself, to build his family, not build the community, you're not helping. So, understand what I'm trying to say. Go to Russia, go to China, go to Europe, go to Africa, go everywhere. Politics is a mess and it is the same. You are white, you are black, you are African, you are American, you are Europe. Politics is the same. Build yourself, work on yourself, invest in yourself, invest in the family, invest in the people, and it's all going to be okay.